Welcome to Dogstar Tarot. I apologise I didn't get around to doing the full moon readings this for July. I've got stuff going on in my personal life that's requiring a lot of my focus and attention right now. But I thought I'd just do a quick reading for each of the signs. I'm doing the water signs now. I'm starting with Cancer, and I'm just going to look at the general energy around you. I'm going to take 3 cards and just see what Spirit wants you to know. And I'm using the Gilded Tarot. Okay. I've got the 7 of Cups. This is generally for me about fantasy thinking, about having too many choices, not being clear about what you want, but it's often about like fantasy, you know, things that, you know, your thoughts perhaps are not grounded in reality. And especially if it comes to a love relationship, you know, how we can build up something in our mind, something that, you know, we want it to be a certain way, a relationship. Not always, we're not always seeing it clearly. Sometimes there's a bit of fantasy thinking going on. What else have we got? Oh, 7 of Swords. Okay, and the Ace of Wands. Okay. Right, I'm going to say that this is to do with a relationship, okay? Ace of Wands for me is always, well, not always, but this is a fiery energy, fiery start of something, but it's also very, very passionate energy for me. It's about, and could be a new love affair, new romance, okay? And it's, yeah, it's kind of everything that you know, very passionate, okay? However, there's a lot of fantasy here, fantasy thinking. This is not big, and the reason I'm saying that is because you've got the 7 of Swords here. 7 of Swords is somebody who's sneaky, okay? So if you have started a new relationship, a suddenly fiery, you know, that sort of suddenly started up and it's very passionate, be careful, okay? Because there's possibly something you don't know, okay? This is, you know, you may think it's everything you've dreamed of, but I'd be very careful of this sneaky energy. Liar, cheater, stealer, this guy, okay? Trying to get away with something, okay? So just be careful, okay? Don't get too carried away by the passion and the excitement of a new relationship. I'm just going to look at, I'm going to take a card from the Tarot of the Abyss to see what you might not be seeing. What does Spirit want you to know that you might not be seeing, that might be hidden from you, that you're not aware of? Okay, the Knight of Cups, okay. Now then, because this is a shadow reading, I think this might be, again, this is a love relationship for some of you, not all of you, but some of you could, this is this passionate romance, okay. It could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay, or a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is the guy who's, Knight of Cups is generally someone who comes in with a, you know, a good love offer, someone who's stable. He's okay, kind of what you want as far as a knight's concerned, and in a relationship, he's you know, he's the one that brings the flowers, he brings the wine, he gets you the nice presents for your birthday, things like that, okay? But just be careful. Can you see how he almost looks like he's struggling here to kind of hold on to things, and it could be your energy that you're struggling to make this fantasy a reality, but just be careful, okay? Because this looks like a struggle. There's a struggle here with a love relationship, and I think you would be advised to just take it slowly, okay? Don't give away your heart too easily. So that's what I've got for you, Cancer. I hope this helps. Next up, we've got Scorpio. So Scorpio, let's take 3 cards for you. And what does Spirit want you to know? Nine of Cups, Magician. Tuesday is in the reverse. Let's leave him there. The 7 of Cups again. Okay, Cancer just had the 7 of Cups. Also looks like relationships. This is like nice, happy energy. Just when, yeah, you're kind of almost at the 10 of Cups here. And for me, this is often about being happy in your own skin, okay? Not necessarily needing a partner to complete you, or, you know, a soulmate, or whatever you want to call it. But this is about being happy by yourself, independence, and being emotionally balanced, and, you know, having fun, okay? Again, you've got the 7 of Cups. Yeah, Cancer just had this. I think it was Cancer. Yeah, about fantasy thinking. Okay, be careful about what you're trying to manifest. Here you've got the Magician, but he's in reverse. Okay, and that's why I say be careful. The Magician in the upright, he's got, you know, you've got the power to. You've got kind of creative energy to make things happen for yourself, whatever it is. Whether it's love, job, travel, home, whatever it is that you know you want in your life, you have got the potential and the power to make that happen for yourself. However, he's in the reverse, so I think there's just be careful, especially with this 7 of Cups energy, that you're not that you're seeing. Be careful. Make sure, cross all the T's and dot all the I's. Make sure that everything is above board, that there isn't anything that you're not sure of that's going to kind of rock this boat that you're in at the moment. Because here you look pretty grounded and stable, okay? It's nice, stable energy. I'm going to take a card from Tarot of the Abyss, which is just to look at perhaps what you're not seeing, or what else, what does Spirit need you to know about this situation. Oh, again, we've got the Knight of Cups. Cancer just had this. Okay, so again, I'm going to say that this, for some of you, not all of you, it may be a romantic, yeah, something to do with romance or relationship, okay? That you kind of manifesting. There's somebody that you've perhaps had your eye on, but there's some illusion here. This is not all that it appears, okay? You want it to be, but just be careful, because this Knight of Cups, I think this is your energy, Scorpio, that you're wanting this, okay, and you're trying to draw this energy down. Can you see how, I don't know whether he's trying to adjust the sails to get the ship in the right place. In fact, I might look at the book in a second, because I don't use this card very often, this deck, sorry. So for me, it looks like he's trying really hard to make things happen, okay, which is what the magician, if you've got that magician energy, yeah, great in the upright, but when it's upside down, not so good. Let me just have a look at that Knight of Cups in this. This is a Tarot of the Abyss. I think it's about struggle in relationship. That's what I'm feeling. He's trying desperately to kind of get it on the right track, and I feel that it's perhaps not going to happen. Knight of Cups. Talk amongst yourselves. Active force of emotion. He's taking control and directing the ship. Okay. But this magician energy is upside down, and he's a major arcana. So, yeah, just be careful that you're going in the right direction. Okay. It says, like he's seen here pulling the ropes to control the ship, this Knight of Cups can and will pull the strings of your heart. Should this card present itself to you, it can also signal the need to start acting on your feelings to embody the qualities of the Knight of Cups. Okay. I get that. However, I think that this card is a warning that there is some fantasy there, some fantasy thinking going on. And especially with the magician in the reverse. So I'm going to take this as a warning to be careful that you're going in the right direction. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope this helps. Next up, we've got Pisces. Using the Gilded Tarot Pisces, and I'm going to pull 3 cards. Just to look at the overall energy, see what Spirit wants you to know right now. Okay, 2 stuck together there. So one more card for Pisces, please. Got the Hermit, King of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. Okay. The Hermit's usually about introspection, getting away from all the noise and the chatter, and listening to your own inner guidance, to Spirit, to your the universe, higher power, whatever you want to call it. But this is about relying on your own judgment and seeking your own inner wisdom. Okay, away from all the noise and everything else. Okay, we've got the King of Pentacles, who's a nice king to get. This guy is stable. Yeah, nice stable energy. I'm just looking, he looks like he's floating there, doesn't it? It's earthy energy, but he looks like he's dreaming. So I kind of feel that you're dreaming about like stability in the future, okay? Or looking, actually, because you've got this card next as well, the Six of Cups. This is a card about nostalgia as well. And I think this is, perhaps at the moment you're thinking, oh, did I say this is for Pisces? Yeah. I think perhaps at the moment, Pisces, you're kind of dreaming a little bit about maybe looking back or wanting to recreate something from from the past, okay? Not necessarily your childhood, but are you perhaps feeling that you want to do something the way you used to do it? Go back to, was it go back to basics? You know, yeah. This is a nice happy card, okay? And certainly this person's kind of sitting, like floating above the trees there. Almost like he's in a dream state. I think perhaps you're dreaming about something from the past, okay? And yeah, something from the past that you want to do again, that you've been thinking a lot about, okay? And you want to revisit, okay? I don't think we can really leave it there. Let's have a look at, let's take a card from the Tower of the Abyss, just to see if there's anything that's hidden from you that you need to know more about, something to cast more light on this reading. What does Spirit want Pisces to know, please? You got the Five of Wands, okay. That's about sort of petty arguments, fighting, quarrelling. There's something that's going on in the background. You might be quarrelling with yourself. You might be, you know, trying to figure something out and you know, like going backwards and forwards between one answer to your dilemma and another. But I'm getting a real strong feeling here that this might be to do with siblings or something, some kind of discord in a family relationship, okay? So I would say just take some time out, step away from it, you know. I do feel it might be related to your childhood, but there's something that's just a bit squabbling, petty. It might be to do with maybe to do with finances. It might be to do with something, inheritance or something like that. And I think this is, you know, take a step back, okay? I think you're dreaming here that everything's going to be perfect, but there is some discord here, okay? So just watch out for that, Pisces, and if you do feel yourself caught up in this energy, take a step back. So that's what I've got for you, Pisces. I hope this helps. Please give me a like, share and subscribe if you've enjoyed this reading, and I'll be back with more readings probably next week. Take care, bye.